What should the European Union spend its money on? It's never an easy question to answer, and especially at a time of economic crisis. The Council, Commission and Parliament all seem to have their own ideas about what should be prioritised. This week here in the Parliament, MEPs have been debating and discussing the 2011 EU budget, and they have some very firm ideas about what they want to see in it. We're in the middle of the current EU budget cycle, which began in 2007 and ends in 2013. This 7-year overview is known as the Multi-Annual Financial Framework, or informally as the Financial Perspective. The framework establishes priorities and allocates resources, and then each year an annual budget is negotiated by the three main institutions. But the EPP Group is concerned that the framework no longer reflects the reality of the Union today. Salvador Garriga is a Spanish MEP who serves as EPP Joint Coordinator on the Parliament's Budgets Committee.
We got this problem of rigidity of the financial perspectives on the economic recovery plan, on Galileo, and all the time we are getting money from agriculture lines to pay for different things. This is unacceptable, and is one of the reasons the EPP opposed the most to these new priorities. New priorities for EPP means new money, and new money means a commitment of the Council.
For some time now, the EPP Group has been calling on the Commission to conduct a review of the current financial perspectives. Are you happy with what the Commission has done in this regard so far?
We are expecting this review for more than 1.5 years. Why? Because we can't follow during the rest of the period of this existing financial perspective with this rigidity and lack of flexibility on the budgetary means. Unfortunately, our news is that the Commission is not producing a real budget review, but just an evaluation of the situation, and for us it's not acceptable.
So the EPP Group is taking a more confident and robust approach to negotiations over next year's budget. In fact, Parliament's President Jerzy Buzek, a member of our group, attended this week's EPP Group meeting to give his perspective on the budget debate. The EPP's approach is partly down to its position as the largest and most influential political force in Europe. But it's also because the Lisbon Treaty has given MEPs more power, as the Parliament's rapporteur for the 2011 budget, Sidonia Jędrzejewska, explains.
The EU budget for 2011 is the first budget that is going to be adopted under the new rules from the Treaty of Lisbon. Practically it means giving the European Parliament more power in all categories of the EU budget, including agriculture, making the European Parliament equal to the Council.
So as Budget Rapporteur for 2011, what are your priorities?
Already in March, I proposed as the General Rapporteur some key issues, leitmotifs if you wish, for the 2011 budget, and I frame them in a triangle of youth, mobility, education. And to my great satisfaction, and in a way to my surprise, the European Parliament's Committee on Budgets did support my priorities.
Helping young people and supporting education is part of the EPP Group's wider focus on securing Europe's economic recovery after the crisis. The long-term framework for this goal is the Europe 2020 programme, which sets out a series of ambitious targets related to growth, job creation and enterprise. Corinne Wortmann-Kool is EPP Group Vice Chair with responsibility for the Working Group on the Economy and Environment.
There's a clear understanding of the common goals in the 2020 strategy. And it's important that we not only agree on the goals, but that we also target the money better into the goals of the 2020 strategy. And it's really a missed chance when we not already start with this in 2011.
Energy policy is another priority for the EPP Group. We support the development of alternative, cleaner sources of energy, in particular to meet the Union's targets on reducing carbon emissions that contribute to climate change. But this sector requires massive investment and research. The EPP Group's coordinator on the Parliament's Industry, Research and Energy Committee is Spanish MEP Pilar del Castillo.
The European dimension, the add value of Europe should be taken into account in order to decide which priorities we have. And then in that sense, the European budget should, in some sense, use to maximize member states' finance, and in that sense, at the end, to reduce total expenditures. Those actions that member states or regions cannot finance by themselves, getting better results should be financed at European level.
One of the major changes brought about by the Lisbon Treaty is the creation of the European External Action Service, effectively a diplomatic service for enhancing the EU's role in global affairs. The EPP Group wants to see it properly funded in next year's budget. And for Elmar Brok, one of our group's two coordinators on the Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee, the Council would be acting against its own interests by trying to limit funding for the new service.
Most of the staff at the moment is old staff coming from the Commission or the Council, so that the extra costs are not so very high, but still something has to be found, and we should do it properly because this is very much in our interest.
So it seems a battle is underway between the member states, which are making cutbacks at home, and the European Parliament, which has the wider European interest at heart. And whatever the outcome of that battle, it's clear that from the EPP Group's point of view, the EU budget needs to be constructed in a more flexible and adaptable way. And given that we're already halfway through this current budget cycle, it'll soon be time to start planning the next one. For more information about our group's activities, please visit our website, eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.